Hello there, and welcome back to Nerdier Things Live. And we're going, there's no WandaVision. It felt weird this morning waking up and not rushing to watch an episode of WandaVision. But we do have the Falcon and the Winter Soldier coming up, so I figured we would talk a little bit about what we're expecting to see out of that show. I think there's going to be, mild spoilers. I ain't going to go into any type of leaks or anything. I might touch on some things that have been said on social media, but nothing too deep. So mild spoilers. I'm really excited for this show. I think, coming off of WandaVision, a little bit of letdown, not getting as much as we thought we were going to get, I think there's going to be a little bit more of that here. We're going to get a little bit of, breadcrumbs. It's going to be little breadcrumbs that are going to lead us into the rest of phase 4. So have you seen any of the trailers?
Maybe not the new ones, but I've seen enough of it where I was like, I'm already in, I'm on board, I want to see it, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm excited for Wyatt Russell to be in the show as the other Captain America part or whatever they showed from the teaser. Related to the teaser trailer. So I'm excited to see what he's gonna bring to the character. And I'm excited for the action for this one. This one's gonna be I have an all action packed Captain America 2 Winter Soldier type of series. So that part of it, I'm very excited for. But like, what you're saying too, with the breadcrumbs and all that stuff, yeah, it's going to be probably just a little bit short end of everything else right now. So unless they give us a bigger spoiler somehow at the end to be like, oh, here, for Scarlet, what did I say, Black Widow or something like that. But we'll see.
Yeah. I think Black Widow would have already been out by now. Like if it wasn't for all of the pandemic stuff.
Yeah.
So Black Widow would have already been out, and this would have been like, and actually Winter Soldier was supposed to come out before WandaVision.
Right.
I might be wrong about this, but I think, due to pandemic and regulations, reshoots had some trouble scheduling, so they had to push it back. But so I did do a little bit, just like base surface, about Falcon Winter Soldier. So it's going to be directed by Kari Scaglano. And she has a really long filmography of directing TV shows.
Okay.
And some really good ones, like Boardwalk Empire, Vikings, Sons of Anarchy.
Oh, even double nice.
The Walking Dead and Fear the Walking Dead.
Okay.
The Handmaid's Tale. And she did an episode of The Punisher.
No, well, all right. There we go.
And I actually just recently, I'm in the middle of season 2. I didn't even realize there was a season 2. I was finishing up season 1 and I was like, oh, wait, what? Okay. But she directed the resupply episode for season 1 of The Punisher. Have you seen The Punisher?
Oh yeah, I watched full seasons.
Yeah, so it's the episode where Frank hits Melanda, what's her name? The Homeland agent.
Yeah, I was gonna say FBI agent, yeah.
Yeah, whenever he hits her with the car and stuff. It's the gun heist.
Oh, okay.
So it's a really action-packed episode.
Yeah.
So it looks like she has really good credentials to direct this. Yeah. So that's a pretty good list of shows,
Yeah, I would say Sons of Anarchy as well, and Vikings. I like those shows a lot. So I mean, with both of them having great action, but very different styles, and man, that's a good pick. That's a good director pick for this show.
I agree. Yep.
Did they say anything with the Russo brothers? Were they going to have any directing at all?
No. That does suck. Yeah, but one thing I will say about that is that it does kind of feel like the Winter Soldier and Civil War with like kind of just like the cinematography of it.
Yeah,
just kind of feels the same, at least in the trailers it did.
Right.
So obviously Anthony Mackie's going to be back as the Falcon. Sebastian Stan is going to be back as Winter Soldier / Bucky, because I kind of think he's going to be transforming kind of back into Bucky. And I wonder if we're going to get this kind of similar plot line for him as we did with Wanda overcoming the grief of being the Winter Soldier,
Yep.
Emily Van Camp is going to be back as Sharon Carter, which is super interesting. Yeah.
Dude, I want to say something about that though, because
go ahead.
After they threw her off from Civil War, I mean, we never seen her character again.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe in the series, I didn't watch the Agent Carter series or Shield, so if she got a cameo in there, I didn't get a chance to see that. But I tell you, I mean, her character was big on those 2 Captain America movies, and it just sucked that she wasn't in the rest of the part of the MCU franchise. So I'm glad to hear that she's going to be in the series. I thought that was a big boost.
Yeah, I agree. And Wyatt Russell as U.S. Agent John Walker. So you said you were excited about Wyatt Russell. I'm not too familiar with him.
Well, have you seen Overlord? That was made by J.J. Abrams.
No, I haven't.
Oh, he's in that movie. He's good in that movie.
So that's good. I've seen it a couple of times on Netflix and almost watched it. Or was it Netflix? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Netflix. Prime. No, yeah, that's where it was.
Yep. And it's definitely it's a good movie to watch. Actually, check it out. He's great in that movie. And on Hulu, or at least it was on Hulu. He was in the movie Ingrid Goes West.
Okay.
He played the husband to Elizabeth Olsen's character in that movie. With they also had other good cast with I can't say her name right now. The girl who plays April in Parks and Recs. I'm drawing a blank right now. I know her name. I think I know her name like easily. But
Aubrey Plaza.
Aubrey Plaza, yep, and also O'Shea Jackson Jr. is also in the movie as well. I do recommend.
I need to watch that because I thought I've seen everything with Aubrey Plaza in it.
Yeah, definitely. It's a different kind of. Actually, I will say this: it's a different role for her for that type of movie as well.
Okay, so that must be the movie that Elizabeth Olsen and Aubrey Plaza were doing a whole bunch of rounds on TV shows and stuff for.
Yeah,
because I saw a whole bunch of clips of them together and never really knew what the movie was. Okay,
yeah,
and that's on Hulu.
Yes, that's
awesome.
on Hulu. Yep.
Awesome, because we do still have Hulu. We don't have Prime anymore. We're waiting for the only reason we well, my girlfriend had it because she loves the shop, but The Boys. We basically had it to watch The Boys.
Good
and
show.
Once season 3 comes back, I'll be I'll get that back.
Yeah,
okay, so he's good though.
He's a good actor, and I believe, if I'm not I could be mistaken on this, but I believe he's also the son of Kurt Russell.
Oh yeah, okay.
I think so. So that's kind of like a little tie-in too. It's kind of nice when we get a Russell in the MCU, and I think he's I like him. He's a good actor.
That's good. So and then Daniel Bruhl will be back as Baron Zemo.
Oh, okay.
Or I guess he's not actually a Baron in the MCU yet, but maybe that might happen in the Falcon Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Oh wait, yeah. There's a couple other people.
Bunch of people in this.
Aaron Kellyman is going to be playing Carly Morgenthau, which is it's a gender swap from the comic books. It's just Carl Morgenthau in the comic books. And George St. Pierre will be back as Batroc the Leaper.
They didn't even mention Martin Freeman at all. I'm curious if they'll bring him back in the series.
Yeah, they didn't. That was just the Google cast.
True. I mean, we might get a surprise in the show later on. They might surprise us like, here he is.
Oh yeah. It's like well, no. They did basically have most of the cast right for WandaVision. But I don't know, I guess some things to think about. What I was thinking about, I was trying to think about, when is this going to happen? I feel like it's probably going to be just like WandaVision. It's going to be a couple weeks after, like Endgame, after Tony's funeral.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you think about it, with everybody coming back, just like we got with in WandaVision, we're going to have, there's going to be a little bit of chaos, Right. We got this massive influx of people, and Zemo is supposed to be in jail. So how did he get out?
Yeah.
Could it have been something to do with all the chaos that's going on after everybody returns? Maybe like the jail that he was in, or the prison he was in, had been abandoned, and when he comes back, there's just nobody there.
Right.
So I actually do think that we're going to get another flashback to the blip back.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll probably see somebody else's point of view of coming back.
Absolutely, yeah. That's yeah. Either that, or it could be one of those things where he like maybe he didn't actually turn to ash, but like the security guards and stuff did, and he saw all that stuff happen. He's like, huh, that's strange.
Right. Yeah.
Kind of walked out the door like it was nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Something like that, cause like both blips, it was chaotic with everybody blipping out. And then everybody blipping back in, and I actually, that's a good thought. I like that. Like, I would like to see, like in WandaVision, we got to see a flashback to everybody blipping back. Right. I would like to see a flashback where everybody's blipping out.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
Yes, I definitely could see that. This part.
Oh,
and then that did they? And then isn't there supposed to be possibly a tie-in with Red Skull in this series too, like the daughter or son or something?
Yeah, like I've been so like so with WandaVision, like it was all kind of like, we kind of knew, when you're looking at the comic books, there's kind of a limited amount of things that could happen. It's very House of M ish, it's very, the tales of Vision and Wanda from those comic books, it's going to be something around there,
Definitely.
But with this, there is a lot of different directions it could go, because there's storylines where Bucky ends up with the shield. There's storylines where Sam gets the shield. There's storylines where we're going to see U.S. agent get the shield, but there's storylines where he keeps the shield. So there's just a lot of different things that could happen, and that's one of my thoughts. Could something with the Red Skull come back? Could the Red Skull himself get away from what's the planet, Boromir or something like that?
Yeah, the planet where he's being taken with the stone or whatever, where he's just kind of ascended. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see how they would pull that story, as far as like how he would drop off and then all of a sudden be back on Earth and it's like nothing.
Yeah.
But then the other question is, would he go back to his roots of being a bad guy, or would he go on to become a good guy because of being on another planet like that?
Right. Yeah. That would be interesting. That would be a twist that people probably would not see coming.
Right.
I think there are some storylines where he does work with Avengers.
I thought so too. Yeah.
But then so when I was thinking of when, I was like, well, when, where, who, and why. So where, I don't know, but it is being filmed in Georgia and in the Czech Republic, which I don't know where, or I know where the Czech Republic is, but I probably should have looked to see if what type of filming ever goes on in the Czech Republic.
That must have been like where, I'm assuming, like some of the mountain areas and stuff like that they were showing from.
Yeah.
when Falcon's flying around.
Oh, one of the things that popped up was a Czech Republic filming incentive. And that's where actually the government will actually give the the film company money to film there.
Yeah. Nice.
Actually, Australia just passed a huge one of those, so there's going to be a lot of movies filming in Australia. I think one of them is Thor: Love and Thunder is filming there.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. The Thor sequel is definitely gonna be filming there. They had a lot of stuff they were building. No, here you go.
Yeah, it looks like that's what it's mostly saying. Mountainous regions and stuff like that. So who do you think? So in like WandaVision, you know, you had Wanda and Vision, but Wanda was obviously the main character. Like out of the two, the Falcon or the Winter Soldier, which one do you think would probably end up being like the main focus?
I'm definitely gonna go with Winter Soldier. In this particular case, I think Falcon is just kind of he's kind of the balance back for to get Winter Soldier kind of back to being himself, and then but I also think that he's just kind of going to be the guy that's just going to be helping around, making sure everything is staying in the kind of helping out. Like he would be mostly be like the Vision, just kind of trying to keep the balance. And I think Winter Soldier is going to be that guy that's going to be the focus of bringing back and everything.
Right. Yep. I agree. Because Winter Soldier is you know, Captain America: Winter Soldier is my favorite Marvel movie from the first, you know, phases. And like even like Civil War, you know, his storyline and Cap's in Civil War.
Yeah.
You know, that really made that gap of the first Infinity saga, that it really bolstered that whole saga for me, at least.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that was definitely the stronghold in those movies for just having that relationship, and then also just those are the two characters you're rooting for to really uphold everything. And then I guess, a little bit of, and then of course, you know, we get, so we got, let's see, Captain America, Winter Soldier, Iron Man, and Spider-Man really being kind of the characters that I think everyone was kind of like rooting for the most. And then we get, you know, with Wanda and Hulk and Thor being kind of the, you know, very good supporting characters of the Avengers, like very, you know, on that part of the end. So it's that's like that's who I could see, like even myself on this, like I'm rooting for Captain America and Winter Soldier, like the whole time, like that, because it's just there's so much city there, and yeah, that's where I was gonna go with that.
Yeah, I agree because like I don't know. Sebastian Stan did really, really good.
Yeah.
Portraying that character and all the anguish, especially like in Civil War when, he's broken apart, from like the Winter Soldier,
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just great. And I think that's going to continue. And I can't wait to see that. And I think he's going to knock it out of the park. Just how, Wanda, just like Elizabeth Olsen had that just stellar performance in WandaVision. I think these two guys are going to knock this one out of the park.
Sure.
There is one thing I'm worried about with this show. Watching, before we got on, I kind of went back and watched some of the trailers and some of the sneak peeks and stuff. And I hope they don't go too buddy cop. There's a couple parts of it where I feel like they were going for too much humor and stuff like that, and it just seemed kind of off-putting.
Yeah.
Like I do want, some comedy, but I just hope they don't overdo that aspect of it.
Maybe they don't go overboard with it. Maybe it's just for that little bit that they have that like little fun of being good cop, bad cop kind of material. But yeah, they might just like I feel like they're both gonna have like their differences of how to handle things, but then it's gonna be interesting because with Wyatt Russell's character coming in there and being kind of the I don't know if I want to call it like the imposter Captain America or whatever like that, but it's gonna give that relationship a little bit of a rocky start. Let's put it that way.
Oh yeah, yeah, and I think he might be the kind of not the bad guy, but the antagonist for a while. Maybe like the first 3 episodes, or maybe the first 2 episodes. Actually think there might be a fight between Sam, Bucky, and the U.S. agent.
Yeah, definitely.
And then I'm wondering, like how that's going to go down, because the last time we saw the shield was Steve Rogers handing it to Sam, and then at some point in this series, we're going to see it in John Walker's hands or U.S. agent's hands.
Right.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, but like in the teaser trailer, you see Falcon taking the shield and he's like throwing the shield and he throws it right at the tree. And it's like I wonder, like part of me wonders, like because he says like he's no Captain America, and so I wonder if he like leaves the shield and then like the John he comes up and he takes and he's like, oh, I'll take over the shield, that kind of a thing, or maybe
right.
They like his performance being with Shield, and they're like, well, here you can have the shield. You remind us of Cap. So anything I guess could happen at this.
Yeah.
Part.
one of my thoughts about that scene is, how they're like at a cabin. It almost seems like they're at like Hawkeye's cabin or something.
Yeah.
I almost think that like where the government or Shield or whatever is going to take the shield away from Sam, and they're going to promote their own branding of Captain America with US Agent. And then I think, this is just like pure speculation, just kind of putting some stuff together, but I think the government is going to take away the shield from Sam, give it to the US Agent. That's their guy. Because we still are coming off of like the Sokovia Accords, and Sam and Bucky sided against the government. So the government's going to take the shield away, give it to their guy. Sam and Bucky are going to come in. They're going to need it, and they're going to take it. And then that scene that we see is them kind of like laying low out in the middle of nowhere, and Sam is trying to learn how to use it.
Yeah, that's a big possibility, for sure. Yeah, I mean, there's so many different ways that they could do this. I mean, they could be they're just laying low for right now, and then all of a sudden, like, the government wants them to do something, and maybe they're like, yeah, we're not going to do that, and then like, okay, and then maybe I almost feel like they might get roped in working for the government because of the bad guys that will be coming up. So it'd be interesting to see, like, there could be like a lot of like kind of going rogue kind of a thing. Like, all right, so the government kind of ropes both these guys back in, and then all of a sudden they're like, well, wait a minute, there's something else going on here, so they have to get away from the government again and try to, have the like ultimate battle, just going back and forth, kind of what I feel like it's going to happen.
Yeah.
But kind of more almost like a gray series kind of coming in.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. It's just like, I like sitting here talking about it. I'm getting real hyped for it. I can't wait. It's going to be great. I did forget, like when I said where, I forgot that, there is, like this, one thing that did kind of, I guess it was kind of leaked, but it was kind of all over the place, and it was a long, long time ago. And I believe you know about it. But the Madripoor part.
What part?
So Madripoor is it's not a real place. It's a fictional place for the Marvel universe, and it's this island in like South Asia. I think it's kind of supposed to be kind of like Singapore, but it's this, Madripoor is the main city on the island, and one of the things that I read about it was that it's very like class segregated. So it has this has like a low income part to it, and then it has this very like high luxury part to it. A lot of crime syndicates use it as their home bases. It has heavy Hydra ties to it. Hydra actually ran the island at some points in the comic books, and a lot of mutants. Going back to mutants already.
Yeah.
A lot of mutants have called Madripoor home. So I don't know. We talked about it a lot in WandaVision. What do you think about the chances of seeing or even hearing any type of mention of a mutant in this show?
Well, there's been one rumor that's been going on, and they keep saying, I mean, again, it's a rumor, so I just take it as just kind of a grain of salt here, but
right.
I'm going to say, they say Wolverine's supposed to show up. And if that's the case, if that is the case, then yeah, I definitely could see something like that being in that part for sure. Like maybe he'll help Winter Soldier and Falcon out, and then that
right,
like his little mention or his little, like, and then maybe they'll do a little twist or something and say he'll be like, "Oh yeah, I once helped your Captain America in World War II."
Yeah.
That kind of a thing, kind of a throwback, and like get us more excited for something of World War II, I guess.
Yeah, you know what I would love, because like one of my favorite scenes from was it First Class? X-Men First Class, yeah. Where they're gathering up, mutants, and they go to the bar and they try to talk to Logan, and he's like, "Fuck off" or whatever.
Yeah, that was great.
I would that would be great if they did like a little callback to that, like like not even necessarily just show the back of him, but everybody would know,
Right. Yeah, that would be great too. I mean, yeah, something that has to give. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see what all happens. As far as like if the mutants get mentioned or seen at all in any of the episodes.
Right. Yeah. Because so we got Baron, or well, I forget what his actual first name, but we got Zemo. And we see in one of the trailers where he actually puts on his classic purple mask, and I wonder if he's going to be the main villain. I don't, I just don't, I don't know, because we also have, the Carly Morgenthau character is a leader of an organization called the Flag Smashers. And that character actually has some ties to Latveria, Doctor Doom. And the Red Skull and Hydra.
Right. So yeah, a lot of those characters right then and there, I feel like those are those. See, here's the thing. I think a lot of those characters are going to be the villain, and Zemo is going to be like somewhat. I mean, he's, I guess, somewhat villain, but also somewhat hero. So he might be the one that's helping Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Maybe at first they fight each other or something, but then he maybe talks down, like, kind of talks them out of it. Like, look, we're all on the same side together now. we have to go after these guys or whatever. And yeah, that's why I feel like a lot of this stuff's going to be super twisted though, because I feel like the bad guys might not be the true bad guys. So I don't know. It's gonna be very interesting. I mean, I'm curious to see how they're gonna play that out.
Because the scene in the trailer, with like Bucky and Zemo, where he's like emptying the gun, like, and they're like standing face to face. That seems like it almost seems like they're like Bucky and Sam are like dragging him along with them. You know, like they're like forcing him to help them do whatever they're trying to do.
Right. Yeah, I definitely want to say that's got to be that they're definitely gonna, somewhere along the line, they're gonna be helping each other out, and then it's and just they're going against the whether it's against the U.S. government or the plague smashers or whatever. But yeah.
Sorry, I was looking up some stuff about Batroc the Leaper. I thought it said that he was in one of the movies, but he's actually part of the Thunderbolts also. So then you have, okay, yeah, he was in Winter Soldier. He must have been one of the Hydra agents or something, right?
I would think so. I'm just not drawing the name right up, or drawing the characters look alike, I guess.
Yeah.
Because all I really remember from Winter Soldier was the a couple of the characters, like the Robert Redford character, the the Frank Grillo character, and the guy from, as I went back and I rewatched, like when I rewatched Iron Man 1, he was also in it, the Shield. Well, he was like in a lot of them. He was in Iron Man, Thor, all of them. That one Shield guy, and then he turns out he was Hydra all along. Yeah. Now those are the characters I remember the most, but that's about it. Oh,
that guy. There we go.
He was in the. He was in the fight scene in the beginning, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, that makes sense now. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
So yeah, and you know, what role is he going to have? I really feel like they're not letting a lot of stuff slip out of what it's like really about, you know?
Oh yeah.
Just kind of like WandaVision, it took a while to get really into it. I don't think it's going to be anything like the first 2 episodes of WandaVision, where you know, because these are going to be two completely separate, you know, 2 completely different types of shows.
Right.
You know, so I think there's going to be a lot of action in the first 2 episodes that will definitely keep us entertained.
Yeah.
But again, I think it might not be until the 3rd episode until we really know what's going on. Well, although it's only 6 episodes. This series is only 6 episodes.
But they probably want a whole hour, right?
Yeah, I have seen that I've seen 2 numbers so far. I've seen 53 minutes and I've seen 48 minutes.
Okay.
So
yeah. Those are hour episodes for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're definitely going to be packing a lot of, not just the action, but just a lot of story in all 6 episodes. So that's going to be interesting to see how that's going to be a lot of information for the people, I bet, of cramming.
Yeah. It's going to be, I'm really excited. Like, this is actually my first time, like, kind of digging into, like, what the show is going to be. And yeah, and it's got me really excited. Yeah.
Well, it's definitely got me. Yeah, I'm curious about it. I mean, again, I like those characters, so I mean, that's where I'm like, I'm excited to watch the series on that alone. But yeah, no, it's everything else has my curiosity to see what and how they're gonna do for the future of this phase of going forward with this phase going instead of other movies or I guess if the 2nd season of Winter Soldier and the Falcon.
You know, when it describes it as a limited series, just like WandaVision. So yeah,
Dang.
I think these, you know, all these Marvel shows,
yeah,
that we're going to get are all going to be, well,
mostly one-offs, huh?
Yeah, I think at least the ones that are characters that already have been established, like Loki,
Right.
WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldier. I think those are all going to be one-offs. I hope Moon Knight is not just a one-off.
That probably, because that's a new character, so I bet you.
Yeah.
I bet you they'll probably make a good series out of that character, and his character will probably be like cameos in the movies later on. I'm assuming that's what they'll do. Let's see. So you've got Moon Knight and the Blade reboot, and well, then later on they're supposed to come out with the She-Hulk series, right? Too, is that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And there's that, and then we still got Thor 4, Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I don't know. It's
here we go.
Interesting to see what they're gonna do with every single of these characters now.
Did I get that right? Okay, perfect. Yep. So we got Falcon and Winter Soldier. We got Loki. the What If, which is going to be animated. The Miss Marvel. I forgot about that one actually.
Yep.
The Hawkeye.
Hawkeye series, yep.
The She-Hulk. Moon Knight.
Yeah.
Secret Invasion.
That's right. Yeah, Secret Invasion. That's a big movie.
Ironheart. I forgot about that one too. Ironheart and then Armor Wars.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Is that is that the one, that Armor one? Is that the one with gonna be with War Machine?
Yeah. Armor War would be War Machine, and Ironheart would be. I would figure they would go with his daughter, Tony Stark's daughter.
Oh,
and not Pepper Potts.
Well,
or maybe
I kind of heard that they'd probably go with Pepper, and then because the daughter, because she's too young yet,
right?
Like they're going to,
well,
she's gonna eventually get it or something like that.
Yeah, she does have does end up in the new Avengers, and if that's what they're moving towards. Oh, it's Riri Williams. That's cool. Do you know that character from the comic? It's kind of a newer character that I didn't know much of back in the 90s, but when I was really into comic books, but she's a super genius. She's younger in most of the comic books that she's in, and she's like a super genius. She's smarter than Tony Stark, actually. Like if you actually, the first time I found her, like I actually found her when I was looking into who the engineer could be from WandaVision. So I was looking at hello, Baron Zemo. He's secretly working with the Flag Smashers. Okay. There we go. We heard it from the man himself. But yeah, I was looking up who the engineer could be. You know, if it wasn't going to be Reed Richards, could it be somebody else? You know, Blue Marvel, I forget his name, but like it led me to looking into who was the smartest person in the Marvel universe, Marvel Comics, and Riri Williams was like second or something on the list.
Right.
So that'll be cool. But I don't know, you know, I feel like, so WandaVision is setting up Captain Marvel 2 and Doctor Strange 2. You know, the Falcon and Winter Soldier. Like, what could it be setting up?
Yeah, that's unless they. Well, maybe Moon Knight.
Yeah, Moon Knight does have some ties to Baron Zemo, the Flag Smashers, and like basically everything that we've talked about.
Yeah, because looking at the list though, I'm thinking to myself, I can't really see them completely setting up Armored Wars or Ironheart through through this series. So I have a feeling it'd have to be Moon Knight. Yeah. Or less they do Moon Knight and the Hawkeye one as well. To get you excited for the Hawkeye series.
So only movies that Marvel has officially announced right now. Obviously, Black Widow, Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings, The Eternals, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, Thor: Love and Thunder, Black Panther 2, Captain Marvel 2, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, and Ant-Man Quantumania.
Mm.
So none of those really sound. I think yeah, I think you might be on to something. I think, and with him being a completely new character, like how often do they just start a project without at least slightly introducing a character?
Right. That's why I gotta believe, especially with Moon Knight being a big character, what they're gonna move forward with. I gotta believe they have to introduce him somewhere, and that's probably the one thing about this show that they'll have to do is have this character be introduced.
Doesn't look like anything special.
Yeah, they're gonna keep that quiet. I bet. They
Yeah.
want they want everybody to watch the series, and then you find out from there. That kind of thing.
Yeah, but like one thing I do notice, like with these shows, I'm pretty sure Miss Marvel is part of New Avengers. But She-Hulk was on New Avengers. I think I wonder if the next Avengers movie we get is going to be a new Avengers.
I think so. I think that was the plan moving forward.
Right.
Well, one thing I thought was a little strange, but because I thought they already were filming one right now, and then like there was going to be another bigger Avengers movie also being planned within a few years after this one. Like it was going to come up before the whole thing came out. That I thought because they were acting like that was going to come out like this would have been like this year or maybe last year. They were going to have like a pre type Avengers movie, but it was going to be like an Avengers one of the Avengers name movies, but and then they were going to do another one really quick afterwards. So I was like, man, that's coming up fast if that was going to be the case.
Yeah, I think the only thing The only thing I remember hearing is that, the Eternals was the movie, the one movie that I've always been, once I heard about it, and like I really think that the Eternals is going to be that movie that everybody's sleeping on, just like Guardians of the Galaxy was. Like, nobody knew who the Guardians of the Galaxy were, and then look at that movie now. Right along with the Winter Soldier, Guardians of the Galaxy was one of the solid movies, solid standalone movies of the first couple phases.
Right. Yeah, there's going to be a bunch of these upcoming Marvel projects. I think they're going to be, right now they seem like they're sleepers, but I think they could be, I feel like they could be huge going down the line, but I guess only time will tell for every single one.
Yeah, and like a big thing with the Eternals, because just like Guardians of the Galaxy, I didn't know much about that. I was huge in the comics in the 90s and stuff, but I had never heard of the Guardians of the Galaxy. I had remember seeing like Groot and especially Rocket Raccoon.
Right.
But like the Guardians of the Galaxy as a whole, no. But the Eternals. So I have been kind of looking into it, and like if it goes back to like the creation of the Eternals, like I think that's another place where a possible beginning of introducing mutants into the MCU.
Right. Yeah, I agree. I mean, they have to have something.
Yeah, it has to happen at some point in time.
Yeah, I mean, whether it's, unless it's going to be in Doctor Strange 2, but
yeah,
somewhere on the line they have to introduce X-Men to see where they're going to put the X-Men in. And I mean, the question is, for me, I'm still questioning whether it's going to be a series on Disney Plus or if it will be a movie. Like a couple of movies. That's where my interest is as far as the how they're going to do the X-Men.
Yeah, I had this run this by you. I had this thought, because last week everybody was kind of up in arms about the Evan Peters cameo in WandaVision, and they were getting, a lot of people are mad about it, which I can't really blame them for being mad about it. I was kind of thinking about it. I was like, well, what are they, trying to tell us with this, So if, from what we got from the show, he's not Fox Quicksilver, even though they put that in the in the captioning for it.
Right.
But what I got from it is that he's not. And so one thing I did kind of think of, off of that, so if Evans Peters isn't Fox Quicksilver, then chances are, in my opinion, they're kind of telling us that they're going to recast X-Men.
Yeah, I can see them doing recastings for the X-Men and the Brotherhood and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I definitely feel that they're going to do that. It was just yeah, the Evan Peter one is still kind of a weird situation for me because they clearly said, I mean, they said, yeah, he's not Quicksilver, but then, yeah, it's kind of his character to have those quirky jokes, and especially with the name that the fake alias name that he was called under Ray. So I guess like part of me is still kind of skeptical that maybe he still is Quicksilver, even though they said he isn't. So I don't know. I feel like it's not a joke per se, that it's just kind of like a trickery. Like I guess I'm kind of giving them the benefit of the doubt.
Right. Yeah.
But we'll find out more later on. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see, like, for me, who's going to play Professor X, who's going to be Magneto, who's going to be Wolverine, Nightcrawler, the Beast, all that kind of stuff. Gambit, even. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see who they start casting for the X-Men characters. I'm very curious about how they're going to handle that.
Did you see the article that came out this week?
Mm-mm.
Here, hold on. I got it pulled up here. I can't remember who came out with it first, but this is from CBR.com. So the report, X-Men reboot, The Mutants, in development at Marvel Studios. A new report claims that an X-Men film reboot is currently in the works at Marvel Studios under the tentative title The Mutants. Which I feel like kind of how I was saying, my thoughts about, like since Evan Peters, wasn't like solidly confirmed as Fox's Quicksilver. And the fact that, like, I know a lot of movies get like, like Star Wars was famously titled, Blue Harvest before it actually came out, so people wouldn't know what it was. So this could be one of those type of titles, or if it's something that they're actually thinking of, that makes me think that like Marvel and Disney want to distance themselves so far from Fox's X-Men that they're literally willing to call the first X-Men movie they're willing to not call it the X-Men. They're willing just to call it the Mutants.
Yeah, well, so I kind of figured, I was wondering if they're going to call it something else because there's been a lot of things going on where they didn't want to say X-Men anymore.
Yeah.
So I was like, so I guess the Mutants it makes sense as far as like their characters go, but what's interesting is, like, I mean, are they still going to call them X-Men?
Right.
Or what? I'm curious what they're going to call them, because I mean they'll leave the Brotherhood. I'm assuming from Magneto's part, but it'd be weird if they don't at least call them X-Men in the actual. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how they handle that. But it is kind of funny that they're saying right now calling the mutant.
Right. Yeah. I really do just see that of just like being like, look, like we don't want to have anything to do with those Fox movies. Like
right.
let's distance ourselves as far away from those as we can.
And that's fine. I get that, but at the same time, it's like, but they're X-Men, so we have to still like a lot of people still love these characters and stuff, so they have to at least acknowledge that, like, I understand they want to do Fox, that's fine, but they have to acknowledge that they want to come see these characters. People want to come see these characters, so you have to acknowledge that they're still going to be X-Men characters like that. So, or is Disney and Marvel or nah, they're in big trouble with that. Oh.
Yeah, it like if they make the Mutants movie and like they don't have a single X-Men in it, like they just have like Toad and I don't know, like Sasquatch from Alpha Flight. It's like a whole bunch of random mutants. You're like, what?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I don't think they're that stupid.
No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't call them that. Like that. That they would be going that far down the line. But I think that they got to do something to. They got to do something to reinvert the Fox stuff. So I think, for me, it'd be really cool to see. Now, it'd be really cool to see like Wolverine having his costume. It'd be really cool to see.
I want to see the brown and tan costume. Wolverine's brown and tan costume.
Oh, I was thinking like I kind of like to see him before the yellow one, where he's wearing the orange.
Yeah, the orange, like brown and orange one.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah,
I would be down for that one before they gave him the yellow and the blue. Yeah, the orange one would be great. Let's see, Cyclops has got to have to be. I mean, I guess they don't have to necessarily give Cyclops the blue, but they could give him like, I think, was it X-Men and the Wolverine, where he had like he had a cool body armor suit with the with his goggles, but he also had like a trench coat over himself like that too. That would be kind of a cool Cyclops suit or uniform for the future X-Men series.
I guess I don't remember that one.
Or I mean, I should say Wolverine and the X-Men. It was on Nickelodeon. Then
okay.
I think
I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah, that was a pretty good one. Yeah, I mean, man, if they could wear their uniforms, that would get me all excited for
it's going to be great. I really hope that they handle a couple characters a lot better than Fox did.
Yes.
Like Angel. and Archangel.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was a big letdown from the Fox movies. Especially in the I forget what it's called. The one with Apocalypse in it.
X-Men Apocalypse.
Yeah, X-Men Apocalypse. Yeah. He was like in it for what, like 15 minutes or something, like if that.
Yeah. It was like, okay, so they show him as Angel, and he's beating the crap out of I think in the beginning part they show him beating the crap out of the Blob, because like they don't like show the Blob completely, but they have him on the stretcher or whatever, and then and then he's like, I think he was boxing or fighting. He was fighting Nightcrawler, and I think one other character, maybe even before Nightcrawler. But yeah, they were. that's how they introduced Angel. She's just boxing in this cage match fight.
Yeah.
And that's like all you see from him in the beginning part. He doesn't say anything really, or really do anything. It's just that, and then once Apocalypse arises, then he pretty much turns them into Archangel right away.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, we don't really get any of his character. He's just kind of. Yeah.
The one thing I will say I did like about that movie, I did like the look of Storm. I didn't necessarily like the way they handled her or anything, but her look, like she looked really good in that movie.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I also, actually, what I liked about Apocalypse, well, there's a couple things I liked. I like the kids, like Cyclops and Jean, and Nightcrawler, and then what was the other? And Storm. Excuse me here. And they went to the mall, and they were doing the they went and saw Return of the Jedi, I think.
Yeah,
Joke about it, but like stuff like that I thought was really cool in the movie. I thought Nightcrawler was awesome in the movie, and I enjoyed the Wolverine scene where he goes nuts and he's like,
yeah.
like okay, like those are the things I really liked in the X-Men Apocalypse. Everything else, it was bad, and
yeah, I agree. The scene we actually get to see like Weapon X, that was super cool.
And for a PG-13 rated, that was practically it. That scene alone was totally R. And they just like threw it down as a PG-13 scene. I was like, holy cow. I mean, for me, I was just like, that is awesome. Made the movie, like that little bit of that movie, like just extremely fun to watch. Even though the movie itself is bad, but I mean, just that particular scene made everyone just like, yes, this is great right here.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it doesn't go anywhere else other than that, unfortunately. And another thing too, I'm really hoping if they do Apocalypse again, I'm really hoping that they give him a much stronger look. And it's not to be. I like Oscar Isaac a lot. I do, but I just feel like the next person.
Yeah.
Like I still believe that you have to get me a wrestler or something like that to kind of give you that really good look for Apocalypse, and then they could get whoever to do the voiceover if they feel, like they could get somebody like, I'm gonna crush you mutants. I'm more powerful than you. Something like that. They got something. Man, they gotta do something amazing with those characters instead of. But who knows?
Because the X-Men is so massive. Like when you think about all the characters that have been in and out of the X-Men, or like affiliated with the X-Men, I think we never got. I do like Anne Paquin's Rogue, but Now that we have Captain Marvel, maybe we could get a full powered Rogue at some point in the near future.
Sure. Yeah. And then again, nothing against Anna Paquin, because I did like her character as Rogue, but I gotta say, the one thing I liked about the X-Men series, the animated series, is like I always liked that she had that great Southern accent.
Yes.
And Anna Paquin didn't quite give you that Southern accent as much.
Yeah, it was kind of there, but not as
strong.
Yeah.
And I really hope too. This is just me being a fanboy. I'm hoping that they also bring in Mr. Sinister at some point. They gotta get. They gotta get the movies. I mean, that was a letdown from the Singerverse. Is like they always kept saying he's gonna be in it eventually, but they never got to his character.
Yeah.
I was like, oh. And I don't know how about you feel about this, but I gotta say this. I enjoyed X-Men First Class. I know there's some screw ups and stuff in there, but I mean, I enjoyed what that movie was about. And then they jumped from that movie to Days of Futures Past, and I just felt like they didn't give you any time to really enjoy the X-Men characters that they were trying to build from those movies. It was just like, here's this movie, we're jumping the future, gonna save our past, and it's all great and stuff, but I don't know. I was bummed about like how they started the prequel. Kind of, I call it a prequel reboot, but I was just kind of bummed that they never really just did a continuation from First Class, because I just think that would have been the best thing to do to keep those movies going forward. I think people would have been like, hey, all right, now we're finally getting more and more to our X-Men expectations. Instead, Singer got back in there and he's like, oh, I'm going to direct this and
right. I'm going to bring back everything I did before. And
look, I mean, it's weird because the first two X-Men movies that he made, yes, they were good. I mean, they were what they were. And it got sucky when Brett Ratner came in. He did the third movie. I mean, I don't really blame Brett Ratner, to be honest. It's just the way the movie was designed was not wasn't great. It didn't have it didn't quite give you what I guess I don't know. I don't know what to say. Like,
well, even like I was saying earlier with Angel from Apocalypse, we didn't really get that great of an Angel in X3 either.
I mean, Ben Foster playing Angel.
Although, like one of my favorite parts from a movie, from a comic book movie, is from X3, and that's Juggernaut chasing Kitty Pryde.
I know you're gonna go with this one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, one of the best lines ever.
Yeah.
He opens up that whole. See, that was the thing. That was another thing too. It was like, like also watching the series, like they throw Juggernaut in the movie, and not once did they have him and Charles Xavier have a little crush. I was like, what?
Yeah,
don't they know
nothing.
What's going on here?
Yeah.
That was lame. But yeah, I mean, it's too bad though that they didn't make a fourth movie after Last Stand. Even though the movie did make a lot of good money. And look, it's an okay film, but like I still felt like, well, they could still do a fourth movie, but instead they're like, no, we'll do a prequel.
Well, yeah,
was fun with that prequel, and then it just was like the other three just kind of went downhill. I mean, I guess we can argue and say the last two prequels went downhill, But the second one was like kind of the cause of starting it to make it go downhill.
Right. So I kind of have like what do they call it? Hot opinion. Usually people do not agree with me on this, but I'm now I'm a little biased because I am a huge Wolverine fan. Have been for a very long time. But I love Wolverine Origins. Like I hate Deadpool in it because it's not Deadpool really, but the majority of that movie, I freaking love that movie.
I'm kind of like mixed with that movie. It's like a love hate for me. Because, well, a couple of things. I like Levi Schneider, but I couldn't get into him being Sabretooth. Even though don't get me wrong, he did a good job.
Yeah.
But I felt like because but here's the thing. He was originally supposed to be the young William Stryker. And they couldn't get Tyler Mane back because he was working on with Rob Zombie on Halloween 2. And so because I know Hugh Jackman and one of the producers or maybe the director, they were trying to get Tyler back, and Tyler wanted to do it too, but they couldn't because of the scheduling, because he was working on Halloween 2 with Rob Zombie at the time. So that's the reason why they couldn't get Tyler Mane Sabretooth back. But I guess also because of that, they had to move Levi Schneider from young William Stryker to Sabretooth, and then they got Danny Houston to play the younger William Stryker.
Oh, so that's like one of those like weird like domino effects.
Yeah, it was definitely definitely a domino effect there, and I was just like, oh man, that was the one thing that kind of bummed me out, because I really wanted to see a really cool Sabretooth and Wolverine argument, or like how they argue and then how they become kind of enemies.
Yeah.
And you didn't quite get there with it. It was still kind of almost like even towards the end, it was almost kind of like a bromance.
Right.
That was pretty much like, but it was weird because like have that movie tie into X-Men 1, because that's like then you're asking your question, why is Sabretooth beating the crap out of Wolverine in that movie when he could have been just like helping Wolverine out?
Yeah.
It didn't make any. I don't know. It just didn't make any sense to that continuity of.
Yeah, I always look at it as like, this is kind of how like comic books are, you know, where like this was just another off branch, you know, that it wasn't connected to anything. It wasn't actually like, oh, this Wolverine is the one that goes in and ends up picking up Rogue, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, but that's what I'm saying too. Is like it kind of is the prequel to.
Yeah.
Like you still had I mean, granted, I think they had to do another movie, but it just definitely was the beginning chapter of what they were trying to tell you, you know. And then it's like they just kind of ignored the movie because of, well, I guess because the idea of people were not liking it. So
right, yeah.
They didn't want to do a part 2, but instead of give us the Wolverine, and yeah, X-Men Origins Wolverine. It's not a bad movie. It really isn't. It just has too many flaws where it doesn't quite give you what you want, like where the satisfaction that you need for a Wolverine type of movie. It it's like there's elements that's there, but then it's not quite there. It's just
Well, the parts that I really love, I love the bone claws.
Oh yeah, that was...
and the whole like beginning montage of of him and Sabretooth fighting throughout all the different wars.
Yeah, that was
good. That's really cool. I actually do like the little squad that he was on. I forget what it was called or if it even had a name, but like Will I Am and
and I thought
and all of them.
Didn't they call them the X? Like it was like the X Squad or something, or
I can't remember.
It wasn't quite. It was like they were, because it was already setting them up as that they were already the Weapon X people. So it was like, welcome my X Squad or my Weapon X or my Weapon something. And I was like, yeah, that's because they're trying to set up their Weapon X people right away.
Yeah, and then I'm a big Gambit fan also. And we got to see Gambit, even if it was just a little bit, his presence wasn't really all that great, but that first meeting with him and Wolverine is a scene that I enjoy to watch, and I will occasionally just watch that scene sometimes.
The card scene, the card
scene. And that's another character that I would just absolutely love to see in an actual X-Men movie, not just a Wolverine Origins movie, which doesn't really make sense to me in the first place.
No.
But yeah.
It's funny. It's like the one time that we see Gambit is in that movie only, and we never see him at all. In any movies. It was just kind of like, well, we had this guy, and that's it, and never mind. Like, never mind about Gambit. We'll just throw him up in the corner.
I'm trying to think of, and Jubilee. Like we did get her in, what was it?
Well, we got her in the originals. Technically, she was in X-Men 1 all the way through. X-Men. Because she in the X-Men 1. It's funny. In the first X-Men movie, she's actually wearing the Trent coat. And actually and everything. And in the second movie, they just made her out to have long hair with a ponytail and nothing else. Like they just kind of mention her name. And then in the third movie, she just she does maybe, I can't remember if they show her do one power move, but that was it. Like she was just almost kind of a slapstick character, just to be like, they were trying to make a big deal, but they never did anything to her.
I mean, so Disney, like if you're listening, whatever, go watch. I mean, you have it on Disney Plus. Go watch the 90s X-Men and go from there. Like it's, because I mean, like to me, that's like what people want. They want that cartoon kind of filled out into a movie.
I agree, but the one thing they got to be careful about though is that they should not make those movies choppy, because that's the one negative thing about the series. They made it so choppy. It was a good series, but it was choppy, so it's kind of all over the place.
I wonder
the movie.
I wonder if like Clone Wars, like I wonder if there's like a order list that's better than like the regular order. I bet there is.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I had to think about for a minute, are you talking like the new one that's coming out, with the Bad Batch and all that?
Oh no, just Clone Wars. Clone Wars, like if it jumps around the timeline.
Oh, yeah, okay, I got the timeline.
Here we go. Yeah, I think there is. Oh no, that's the different cartoons. I don't know. But yeah, I'm just super excited for X-Men to come back.
Me too. But I was going to mention one thing though. Speaking of the Clone Wars, though, I don't know if you saw the animated cartoon that they did. It was they did for sure on the DVD they had 2 volumes, and that was the true prequel to Revenge of the Sith. And then it was funny because then after that, then they went with the CGI animation look, and then that basically rebooted what they did for the animated parts going into the Revenge of the Sith movie.
Yeah, I've seen it. It's been a super long time. It has they call it something like the guy that directed it.
Yeah, Gene. Probably botched up his last name, but Teriyaki or
yeah, it's something like Russian sounding. Yeah, but that's going to be coming out pretty soon too. The Bad Batch.
Yep.
I think the way it's going to happen is I think we're going to get the Falcon Winter Soldier here. We're going to get Loki after that, and then I think we're going to be going into Bad Batch.
I think Yep. And here comes the interesting part. So now on the 19th is Winter Soldier and the Falcon.
Yep.
Well, just a day before that, we have Justice League.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
It's going to be a long weekend. I can tell you that right away.
Yeah.
Multiple things crossfading over.
I haven't even. I've been kind of putting off deciding how exactly I'm going to watch everything that weekend.
Yeah.
Because Justice League is 4 hours.
Yeah.
And from everything I've heard, Falcon and Winter Soldier is going to be around close to an hour.
Right.
That's a lot of stuff to watch.
If you watch all on 2 days, it's gonna be like 5 hours of just. Processing.
I want. Have they said so? It's not. Justice League comes out on the 18th,
Right.
and that's Thursday, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Then the 19th will be that Friday. Yeah.
4 hours. Let's see. Kids go to sleep at around 7:38. Oh, I can be tired on a Friday. I think if I stay up Thursday night and watch Justice League.
Ooh. So if you go and start like at 9 at night, yeah, you'd be like,
be like
1 in the morning.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've done it before though.
Yeah. Yeah, I've done that too.
I did it one night I did it with WandaVision, but that was staying up till freaking like 3:00 in the morning, and that was not fun. My kids were at my mom's house, so I didn't have to worry about that, but it still was not fun.
Right.
Because I haven't done that in probably easily like 15 years.
Let's see. I know it wasn't take an hour less up, but when I saw Infinity War, I went on a Sunday night and it was like 11:00 at night. I was all like at 2, 3 in the morning from that movie alone.
Wow.
Yeah. Or not Infinity War, but Endgame. Sorry. Endgame.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Because Endgame was what was it like 3 hours 15 minutes?
Yeah.
Something like that.
It was long for that. Because like at first, like when the first half of the movie, when it's a little bit slow, it felt like it did feel like the hours were kind of draining. But then once the movie took its pace, then the hours didn't seem so long. It felt actually shorter. And then when you get done with the movie, you're like, holy crap, this really was that long.
Yeah.
You just walk out, it's like right like 1, 2 in the morning. I'm just like, oh god. I mean, it was cool to see it in the big screen like that, but yeah, just
right.
I guess it was sacrifice.
Well, I guess we're getting close to 2 hours. We're just kind of getting ready for Falcon Winter Soldier. I'm actually a little bit tired today. Because I've actually been getting a couple of episodes of The Punisher in every night.
Second season.
Yeah, watching in the middle of the second season right now. That first season was
very tough.
Yeah. Because I really liked Jessica Jones. Like that was the one that that got me hooked on it. And then I went back and I watched Daredevil. I love those seasons. I liked Luke Cage.
Did you watch The Defender?
I don't think I did. I don't think I have watched that.
Yeah, because I'm assuming, did you watch the third season of Daredevil?
Yeah. So I watched with the introduction to Punisher. Yeah.
Okay, because you have to like the Defender though. Once you watch the Defender, then you go in and watch Daredevil season 3 because that was the conclusion of what happened to Daredevil or Matt Murdock.
Oh yeah, I don't know why I skipped around like that. I don't know. I know I wasn't that hype on the Iron Fist Like, I think I started trying to watch it, and then I couldn't get all the way through it.
Oh, I'll tell you one thing about Iron Fist, though. The first season was rough, but if you get to season two is worth it.
Is it? Okay.
I like the second season, please.
Because that's what I remember thinking. Like, I had loved all of the Netflix Marvel shows so far, and then like like I was saying, I can't even really remember why I stopped watching them. And I know I really like Daredevil, so I watched all of the seasons of Daredevil. I don't know why I never watched Defenders.
Yeah, it's just one season though. I mean, it's just like one little bridge, but it was good though. I mean, I liked it because it was like you get to see these guys, you got to see everyone be together, be kind of like almost basically an Avengers, but without being the Avengers. And I thought that was really I was kind of bummed to take another one though.
That's what I'm doing now. So maybe I'll pause watching Punisher and I'll go back and I'll try to make it through Iron Fist. So wait, what order should I watch it in?
What's that?
Should I watch? I should watch Iron Fist and then Defenders, right?
Well, yeah. So technically, if you're gonna do that, yeah, you gotta finish off the rough season of Iron Fist. To make it feel a little bit better, it does end a lot better the first season. But then the Defender picks up it picks up after the first season of Iron Fist. Right. That really kind of corrects Iron Fist character.
Oh yeah.
Be a lot better. So
no, yeah. I think I've heard people say that.
Yeah, they utilized him a lot better in the Defenders, and then the Luke Cage season 2, and of course season 2 of Iron Fist was a lot better in my opinion on that. That he really became a better character than what people I think don't give him quite credit for. But that's the kind of transition that I saw from him.
Right.
And
you know what? I almost might, because I haven't been feeling season 2 of Punisher as much as I did season 1. So I might.
Yeah, I see that, but at the same time, I actually enjoyed season 2 of the Punisher, like especially towards the end. It starts going off the rails, and it's like insanely intense. Like, I mean, the action scenes really start picking up even more. Of season 2, especially with his buddy.
I just haven't been able to buy into that the new girl that
the FBI agent.
No, the bar girl from the bar.
Oh, yeah, he's kind of like his kind of playing bad, but then she kind of goes away anyways.
Oh, does she? Okay.
Yeah, well, I guess I was. Oh, sorry, spoiler, but I mean, nothing.
No, you're good. You're good.
Nothing like she's not really a main character. She's just kind of a fling for him.
Yeah.
Geez, I'm trying to think who was like the love interest now in the second season. I don't think he doesn't really. He has like a couple. There is a scene later on with the Daredevil chick. But then that was really it.
Oh yeah, I love that she's in. I was like, when she showed up, I forget what her name is. She was in True Blood back in the day with Anna Paquin, actually. What's her name? She is gorgeous.
I know it's like her last name is Wall. I think it was like Anna Wall or something. Or I see her face, I just can't think of her. I can't think of her name. But she played the she was Daredevil's secretary, and then she was also because she was a troublemaker herself, and then she had like a relationship with Punisher. That was a little bit of that, but season 2 of Punisher really goes more about him and Jigsaw, really.
Oh. Deborah Ann Wall.
Okay, yeah.
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 Yeah, I really liked her character. I was glad that she showed up in Punisher again.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, she had a big yeah, that was pretty much it. She was big in Punisher, she was big in Daredevil. I guess that's really it with those with her character. But yeah, it really is mostly about him and Jigsaw in the second season of Punisher, and I did like that a lot. I mean that intensity, it really goes deep. It's like, oh
Yeah, I just wrote John, however you pronounce his last name, Bernthal or whatever.
oh yeah,
Like,
yeah.
he was just like created to play Frank Castle.
Yes, he was, and that's what I'm bummed about right now. It's like I'm hoping.
Well, there has been rumors floating around that they are going to keep these guys, because
yeah,
like I remember from season 1 of Daredevil, I can't recall right off the bat if it continued in any of the other seasons, but they reference everything that was going on in New York in Avengers, the first Avengers movie. You know, so they tried their best to like keep it like at least like quasi canon, you know.
yeah, yep.
So I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully Charlie Cox is really in Spider-Man.
Yeah.
That
I'm sorry. I was gonna say he's probably just gonna be the lawyer of Spider-Man, though. Those 5 coming, like, Matt Murdock here. So you're in trouble, Spider-Man? Okay, I'll definitely defend you here. You seem like a good kid, so I will defend you in the court of law.
And hopefully it's not just like an Evan Peters style cameo.
Oh God, no, I don't think.
But there has been rumors about John Bernthal, and Ritter. What's her name? Jessica Jones' character.
Kristen Ritter.
Kristen Ritter, yeah. There's been rumors floating around, you know, you can never really necessarily trust them, but you know.
Right.
Well, they have said that they've been in talks with Disney, so
I hope they I hope they get their characters back. I mean, my goodness. Especially with her season ending with 3. And yeah, Cox is ending with Daredevil in 3, and then of course Punisher in season 2 ending. It's like we need those characters now again.
Yeah.
And I mean, I really do hope, like, oh man, I really do hope they can get John Bartholomew back as Punisher and him, like, whether it's in the Blade movie or a small cameo in the new Spider-Man movie. Oh, it'd be so great just to be like, all right, Punisher's back. Don't worry, guys. He might not be on Disney Plus, but you know, we could always put him on Hulu.
Right. Yeah.
On Hulu at least, and you know, we can at least go back and forth. You know, watch Jessica Jones on Hulu, and then you know, see her maybe get a cameo in the other Marvel shows or movies. So I'm down with all that if they decide to do that. I'm down with it, but we'll see. We can only see what they plan on doing moving forward.
Well, I think I'm gonna call it. Any last thoughts on like anything that specifically that you're excited for Falcon Winter Soldier, or anything like you want to see in the series?
No, I think for right now, I'm just done with what they're making, and I'm curious to see how they're going to play this all out. With Winter Soldier and the Falcon, I hope they really keep us entertained and be wanting more. That's the bottom line.
That's kind of exactly what I was going to say. I the fanboy in me, wants to, have all these crazy reveals, like Red Skull come back, or, Hydra pop back up, or, all kinds of crazy stuff.
Yep.
But what I really want, and, what I ended up coming to realize what I wanted from WandaVision, was I just want a good show. I just want a good show that's going to entertain me week to week and be able to have fun watching it and talking about it. And I think we're going to get it too.
Oh, yeah, I do. I do too.
But yeah, come see us next Friday. I'll be doing it at 10:30. We'll have a lot to talk about.
Oh yeah.
Because we oh man. Yeah, I should be able to do that. I should be able to watch everything beforehand. You think you'll be able to watch both before Friday night?
I can tell you right now, probably will be able to. Well, unless when I get home from work on Thursday morning and I watch all of Justice League that way, and then Friday morning after work, so I get my sleep, and then after work on Friday morning, then I could watch Winter Soldier and the Captain Falcon. So yeah, I think it could work that way. But that's a 4-hour long day.
Right. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to make it through it.
I don't know. I might have to wait that movie for the weekend. I hate to say it, but I might have to.
Yeah.
I mean, that's okay. It's gonna. I mean, I don't know what their deadline is, but I'm pretty sure they're keeping that movie on there for a long time.
Oh no, yeah. I mean, at least a month. That's what they've been keeping. The dual release movies. So like Godzilla, whenever it comes on, they'll keep it on there for a month. They kept Wonder Woman on there for a month.
Right.
It sucks that at the beginning of this month we got Tom and Jerry.
I didn't, honestly, I didn't watch it. Did you watch that movie?
No. I
didn't either, but I heard it was not.
Like I saw the preview for it, and do you remember the Smurfs movie?
Yeah, I didn't see it, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. I saw the commercials.
I watched that movie and I was like, why am I watching this? Like, I wanted to claw out my eyes, and I was like, and this Tom and Jerry movie looks the same, so I'm not going through that again. It looks the same. My thought, just make a Tom and Jerry movie. You don't need real people in it. Just it's for kids anyways. So
right.
Just make a CGI Tom and Jerry movie and have fun with it.
It looked like they were trying to do a quick knockoff of Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and Who Framed Roger Rabbit is still one of the best movies ever to be made.
Yeah,
and and if they're trying to do Tom and Jerry like that, but it just doesn't work that way. Tom and Jerry has to be in the animated world. You can't really put them with live action.
Yeah, it just like the Smurfs at least kind of makes sense because they're magical creatures, you know. Like, of course, they would be kind of like animated like that, but why is a cat and a mouse like animated and everybody else is just, oh, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not even going to try to put myself through that.
Yeah, all I heard was a headache of a movie anyway, so I'm like, okay, yeah. I'm glad I didn't watch it.
Yeah, I'm glad. Yep, Justice League, man, it's crazy. It's so crazy. Like I think it was when did I so I guess like towards the end of 2018 is when I like first really started like paying more attention to the Snyder Cut stuff. But some people have been paying attention to it for,
oh my goodness,
since Justice League come out. Yeah.
That's all you ever heard about after 2017. It was like, is there going to be, well, it was always about, is there going to be a director's cut? Is there going to be this and that?
Yeah.
And finally they get moving until like, I would say 2019, but it finally happened.
Well, I will admit something. Even though I'm a big fan of Zack Snyder, when I saw the theatrical cut of Batman versus Superman, I was not impressed.
Oh, don't bring me back to that memory. Dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. I sat in the theater, I was so angry.
Yeah.
I literally wanted to lunge from my chair to the screen and break the screen. Like just rip it.
Yeah.
That's how angry I was.
Right. And I know everybody nitpicks on the movie for the Martha scene, but literally when that happened, like me and my girlfriend like looked at each other and were like, what? Like and like when we got out, like I know, you know, this is like what everybody says, but like we were like literally like, did they become best friends? Like we just became best friends, didn't we? And I know everybody says it, but I mean, that's when everybody says one thing about a scene, I mean, it must be true.
Yep. I just remember when I saw that scene, I rolled my eyes. I was like, what? Why? Oh no. No. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that was I will tell you, that was a tough watch for me in the movie theater.
Yeah.
A tough watch.
I even have like, even though it is better, the Ultimate Edition is better, but I still have trouble watching it.
Yeah.
Just because like PTSD, you know?
Yeah, well, my problem is I didn't like how they handled I didn't like how he handled the Superman situation in that movie at all. You know, it's like they just kept, they just like there's a couple of moments, like there's some good things that he does show with Superman, and I was like, oh, hey, that's awesome. And then it's like, wait, and then it goes back into the like Batman just brooding and like, I'm gonna kill Superman because he's like, you know, all this stuff, and then
right,
and Superman like the whole time Superman's like out to investigate Batman, and he's trying to like stop him, and Batman's just like, I'm still gonna kill you, and it's just like it's just I don't know. I just felt like Superman's just getting killed in this movie. I couldn't stand it for that reason. And everyone's like, yeah. Like, no, that's not how that's not how you do Superman like that. Come on.
And I absolutely hated the look of Doomsday.
Oh, did you know? Okay, so did you know that one part with Doomsday? Like, did you notice what Doomsday does to Superman, like right before they both die?
But
I thought that was a big, like, it took me a little bit to realize, but he does do it. It's like so right before he stabs like they literally did this. Like Doomsday literally takes his finger, like the middle finger, and stabs it right in Superman's chest.
Oh yeah.
He died. I was like, because I didn't notice it right away. I just thought it was just a claw, like going into Superman's chest when I first saw it. And then I was like, when I rewatched, I'm like, oh yeah, it was a middle finger going into his chest. I was like, my goodness, how harsh is that?
Oh man.
Oh, it was.
But everything I've seen about the Justice League, Zack Snyder's, is it looks dope. Like,
no, it does. It really does. I think what's got me more in tune is to see Darkseid, to see his character in this movie, because that was the one left in the Joss Whedon cut, was they cut out all the Darkseid stuff.
Yep.
And I was like, with all that being in the movie, it just wasn't going to work.
Yeah. Yeah. Like Steppenwolf. That's going to be your big bad that's going to be your big bad for Justice League. Steppenwolf.
Yeah. Well, what's funny though, he was just supposed to be the big bad in Suicide Squad, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I could see that working in Suicide Squad, but not in Justice League.
Yeah.
I mean, you had to have Darkseid in the movie, period. If you're going to go that route, they should have just allowed Darkseid in the movie, and I think that would have. Okay, to be well, no, I guess I don't want to say it like that, but I guess. Well, I just want to quickly say if Darkseid was in the movie, in the Joss Whedon cut, I think the movie would have been at least so much more tolerable than what we had. Now, granted, I still would have wanted to see the Snyder cut regardless, because I mean, you want to see his true vision.
Yeah.
And but I think if Warner Brothers wanted to really get the movie to get a lot more better money, they should have let us keep the Darkseid parts. I mean, that's a little bit more common sense on that.
Yeah, and I just and like hearing that Jeff Johns was trying to edit the script and stuff, and like he's a writer for DC, and you would think that he would know,
Well, I think the reason what he was trying to do is, like, he didn't like. I think he was with us a lot. He didn't like what Snyder did in Batman vs Superman. Like, he didn't like what Zack did to Superman, and so I think Johns was trying to really retcon the Superman part for Justice League to give us that good looking, nice popping suit for Superman, and the true Superman again. Because that, to be honest with you, that was the one thing that, I guess, like, not really the Snyder fans, but the people who like Superman, that was the one good thing in the Joss Whedon cut, was Superman was so awesome. Like, like, it felt like this is the Superman that we, people that who read the comics or watched the Christopher Reeve movies, like, this is the Superman that we got back again. And that just for that little bit, that was awesome. And I think that's what Jeff Johns was really trying to do.
Right.
Like, I don't really like what Zack did here, so that's why that's why he was trying to retcon. But again, at the end of the day, it's like this. It's like, I agree with Johns as far as how to handle Superman, but at the end of the day, I mean, I have to say this: this was a Zack Snyder film, and you gotta if you brought him in to direct this movie and you're paying him a lot of money and you're going with his vision, let it be his vision and go about it that way. Whether it was good or bad, it's still his vision. And so we have to kind of, even if we were like, okay, we didn't like what he did with Superman, but it's still his, we have to look at it like, but it's still his vision. So that's all we can say.
I might be wrong here, but wasn't Snyder like his plan to get to that Superman eventually?
Oh, to basically bring him back as a good Superman.
Yeah,
like he started off as a bad guy, but then going, yeah, that was the ideal part, is what I heard. Yeah. And that he's supposed to be. They're gonna have to do some major explaining, but I think even with him wearing the black suit, which also, by the way, looks dope. I think they're gonna have to say that he's working with Darkseid in this movie. So I think that he will be working with with the Steppenwolf and everything until he transforms back somehow.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a super interesting movie.
Yeah,
I'm excited to finally see it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it's weird that we're going to see it though.
You know what?
Been this long.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, I'm just glad. Look, at the end of the day, I'm just glad it finally happened.
Yeah.
Snyder finally gets his cut out, and everything should be all as well on that, at least. I mean, whether it does well or good, or whether it does good or bad,
yeah, it's going to be there.
Got cut off. That's all that matters. That's what really should matter for every other movie too. I mean, let these guys have their cuts. I mean, stop interfering with these movie studios.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of get it because there's a lot of money wrapped up in these things, they got to make their money. But
True.
I mean, just like what you're saying though, I mean, you hired this guy, you're paying him to make a movie. Like, like you should be going all in and letting the cards play how they land,
Absolutely. That's I mean, that's what you hope to do when you're a studio, is like, hey, all right, you believe in this guy? I mean, like I said really quick before, it's like if you didn't want him to direct Justice League, they should have. I mean, I hate to say it, I mean, they should have let him go, or say, all right, well, let's make this great. Let's hopefully your vision here is going to be strong enough, and let's roll with it. So it's one or the other here. That's all I really have to say on that.
Well, maybe I might do are you ever free on Wednesday nights?
I should be. Yeah, I should be all right.
Yeah.
Depends on what time though you want to. What time you want to do things on Wednesday?
On Wednesday night, it would probably be a little bit earlier.
Okay.
It would probably be more like 8:30 rather than 10:30.
Yeah, I think you can handle that.
Yeah,
should be good.
Oh well, that's before it comes out, though.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, it'd be like midnight then if it came out that night.
Yeah.
No one wants to wait.
Yeah.
that'd be too hard. I have to go to work, so I won't get a chance to watch maybe 2 hours of it or something like that. I'll be like,
right. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, there's gonna be a jam-packed weekend next weekend. Woo! 4-hour movie, and
oh my goodness,
it's a good time to be a nerd, you know, because we're gonna get this weekend. We're gonna get Falcon Winter Soldier. We're gonna get Zack Snyder's Justice League, and then next weekend we're gonna get Godzilla versus Kong. Some good stuff. Yeah, I'm actually slowly getting super hyped for Godzilla versus Kong.
Oh, I've already been hyped. I want to see it.
Yeah.
On.
Yeah. All right, man. I'm gonna call it. I've been yawning the last 15 minutes. I need to go get some sleep.
Yeah, man.
Maybe like build up some sleep for next weekend.
You're right.
Get extra sleep all this week.
For sure, man.
Go into next weekend and just whew. Yep. That's gonna be some good stuff. Well, everybody, thank you for watching. If you're watching on the replay, thank you, Baron Zemo, for coming in and telling us that you're working with the Flag Smashers. And I'm sorry, but you will not destroy Bucky and Sam. They will prevail. Have a good night, everybody, and peace.